Hello, my sweethearts. Okay, I'm going to be slightly naughty for a minute. Just going to drive down the back road, and I only have a little bit of time because I didn't know that my band would be over today, and my sweet, loving husband is on vacay this week. So he's going to be keeping me very busy, which makes me happy. I miss him so much. He's been working so much. God bless his soul. So, anywho, I figured I'd say hi real quick. And there are some questions. I'm not going to remember them all right now. Some of them were domestic discipline questions. And also just things that don't do us any good. So basically, men are very good about this. They know that, I have like no girlfriend, so right now I don't have that issue, but women tend to just get so wrapped up in other people's lives and our family's lives. I worry about my little baby nephew being in a daycare. He gets sick all the time. I mean, I can't help it. I'm like, why? And all these things. And my husband's like, it's not your child. Stop worrying about it. And I'm like, fine. Or whatever all the different things are that are going on, even what's going on in the world. He's like, it's okay to know what's going on, but you can't be stressed out about it. It's not good for your health, and, focus on taking care of yourself. So stuff like that. But, ladies that have friends that are real good friends that are always in their ear can very often be bad for your relationship. Very often they're biased. They end up not liking your husband if he seems very tough or harsh or strong, what they might think is controlling. And they put all these things in your head. When I was younger, I had to, explain things to people. That's probably why I don't have many friends now. But anyway, but anywho, so, it's you and your husband. That's it. Girlfriends come and go. Sometimes you get lucky and have one that, is there for your lifetime, but that's pretty rare. And often they're jealous of your life. It's better to have a married friend, but if she has a miserable marriage or she doesn't treat her husband well, you should just cut her off too, because you don't need that negativity and drama in your life. People are always talking about their problems and, my husband this and that, I can't stand it, I can't stand him, blah, blah, blah. That's all negative. You don't need that in your life. There's occasions where you might have acquaintance friends that are, you keep somebody around just so don't have any girlfriends at all. But they're not like your best friends or very, very close friends. Sometimes, they call or they need some advice or whatever. Sometimes it's okay, but not someone where they call you every day and there's drama all the time and they're just toxic, that your girlfriend's toxic, So, that was just kind of on my mind. And also, again, remembering that, men go into their cave when they're thinking about things, or if they're bothered by something, annoyed by something, upset about something, just figuring something out. They go into their cave, and you might be trying to get emotional responses from him or attention or anything like that, and you can't. You have to wait until he comes out. You can't force him out, and you also can't take his behavior personally. Which I very often still have to remind myself, okay, daddy's in the zone, daddy's doing this, daddy's focused on that, or I done pissed daddy off and I need to give him time, even though my little feelings are hurt and I want to feel like, oh, you're special, you're okay, baby. It's ridiculous. It really is. You just think that you would learn after all these years. It's literally been like 33 years that I've been knowing, loving, and dealing with this man, and it's the same thing over and over again. You'd think I'd learn, but anyway, hard-headed woman I am. Just the mistake of continuing to think that a man is someday just gonna all of a sudden act like you as a woman, and that ain't never gonna happen. There were some domestic discipline questions. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. that's something that doesn't happen all the time. We go through seasons. It's probably been like 11 years of practicing that to some degree. And again, my husband doesn't want to be in a box. He lets me know, if I've been getting a little too sad or fussy or whatever, he'll be like, I think it's time. And I'm like, yes, and sometimes I've cried. It is recommended that, if they're like maintenance spankings that are just kind of in between playful and really, like punishment, it's recommended that the woman cries because we get out the emotions, we get out stuff that's bothering us, but it doesn't happen every time. And he's very reserved. So, there's been a couple times that were like super not good. But I'm trying to think. I think he held me once or twice. Usually, especially if he's not really mad at that time, he'll just make love to me afterwards. So that works. I like that actually. But we don't do the whole go sit in a corner and things like that. I just think we're so busy. We don't really have a whole lot of time for all that stuff. And, he's such a sweetheart. He's strong, he's firm, he's disciplinarian, but he doesn't go over what, it's not even over the top to me, but he has made me go to my room before, and say, okay, you're done for the night, you go upstairs, or if he's talking to one of our sons and I keep butting in, he's like, good night, and send me off. One night I remember sitting at the top of the stairs because I was like, I want to know. And I sat at the top of the stairs really quietly, and I was like, he did a good job. And he always does a good job. He's, he could be 2 sheets, 3 sheets to the wind, and, and just freaking great dad talks, man. Just excellent. He's so good. Anywho, and what else? There's not necessarily any certain number of swats on the butt, or anything like that. It's kind of just what he feels at the time is appropriate for whatever the situation is. Sometimes he'll ask me questions, very often, while he's doing it. And like, okay, is there anything else you need to confess? Like, might as well just get it out now, And, or to make sure I got the lesson or I understand, what I did wrong or whatever. And, and it, it does actually help. It's kind of funny. So somebody asked me, said that the belt is not fun. And no, of course not. Technically not. But the spirit in which he did it was fun. He kind of took me by surprise because I wasn't expecting him to react to my little money comment like that. And he doesn't usually just take off his belt and smack me in the kitchen, So it was cute, and it did sting, of course. And I was like, ow, but I mean, it's fun. It's sort of, stinging, exciting, made me nervous, So that's why I was saying it was fun. It was just, listen, women love attention, okay? Any attention that man gives me, whether he's mad at me or he's happy with me, or which is better, but or if he wants to discipline me, I'm like, yay! I like the attention regardless. He's the only one, so I'm like, sorry that everything's on you, Daddy, but of course he would prefer it that way. Everything from me expressing myself, talking about things, asking him questions, everything is on him. So, bless his heart, he does the best he can since he has a huge burden with work and planning and trying to make sure that our investments can hang in there, make it through all this mess, and pray to God that it eventually goes back up and gets normal again to some degree so we can cash out. So that'd be lovely. It's kind of what he's waiting on for retirement, because right now, this November is 25 years for him. So hope that this is not too bumpy. Sorry about that. Anyway, what other questions were there? Do I ask for spankings? Definitely. I definitely have. I've definitely said, I did something, I need to tell you, I'm going to need smacks, or whatever. Of course, I mean on my bottom. And I communicate probably way too much for him, but I just say, well, at least you never have to wonder what I'm thinking because I always tell you. So, and then it's up to him. Just because I say I need smacks doesn't mean he's going to give them to me then. He does it when he's ready, and that's that. I've tried in the past, in the beginning, to sort of schedule things and sometimes I'd act a little bratty because I was like, okay, come on, let's go, and I wanted him to do it. And he's like, you ain't forcing me or manipulating me to do nothing. So he's just like that. I mean, and if he's really not happy with me, he'll just say, no lovin's for you. And I'm like, no, Daddy. So anyway, I'm back home. I got to get going. And hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. The weather's been nice here. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.